Welcome to the Bel Air Bobcat History Channel. I'm your host for the evening, and today we're going to be talking about an event that happened November of 1919 and January of 1920. Now, to introduce our guest for the evening, Addison Shervine. So what were the Palmer Raids?
The Palmer Raids were a series of arrests made by the U.S. government on a group of suspected anarchists.
So how did they come about?
So let's back up. They all started with the Seattle General Strike and the Gallianis, were a group led by Luigi Galliani, who was teaching members to build bombs. After Luigi's arrest and deportation, his followers began to send bombs to the government officials. That's when a bomb ended up on the doorstep of Attorney General A. Mitchell Palmer.
Why did they happen?
So Palmer was agitated after finding this bomb on his porch step, and he goes to the FBI and the General Intelligence Division led by J. Edgar Hoover, and then he took his first attempt at a raid which began in Buffalo, New York, but the case was tossed in court because the group had no criminal status and couldn't be charged off of group membership. After the September 1919 Boston police strike, Palmer blamed Bolshevik revolutionaries and upped his game. The first real raid occurred on November 7th, 1919, which was conveniently the 2-year anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution, when Palmer targeted the Union of Russian Workers and over 1,000 arrests were made simply by association. Palmer used immigration laws to work around his previous problems with legality. He also worked with the Department of Labor to get illegal warrants. Things stayed quiet until January 1920, when a second raid took place, led mostly by J. Edgar Hoover. In over 30 cities in 23 states, over 1,000 arrests were made. 556 were deported and 3,500 were imprisoned.
How did the Palmer Raids come to an end?
So after the January 1920 raid, there were no more, but the ALCU, American Civil Liberties Union, worked with Felix Frankfurter because he reported the illegal warrants used in the Palmer Raids that were going against the Constitution, and then the National Origins Act was also implemented after the raids, which closed the door on immigration from specific countries. Ultimately, the Palmer Raids stemmed from xenophobia by the President Woodrow Wilson and violation of civil rights and illegal action from the federal government.
Thank you for sharing us a part of history that many of us may not know about.
Yeah, of course.
See you next time on Bel Air Bobcat History Channel.